Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Creps&Cards Show, episode 5. Thank you for joining. Just a reminder to whatever your platform you're on to follow, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So we'll just get into it. There's been some international football this week. I'm not sure if you guys have been watching, what your thoughts are, and how you think things are going. I'll start off with Mikel.
Hey guys,
What are
thank
your
you for.
thoughts on sorry, just a bit of a lag. What are your thoughts on the sort of international games you've seen? How do you feel that the big teams going into the World Cup are doing? What would you do differently?
So hey guys, thank you for joining. We I really appreciate you. So, what I think that it's last time we were spoken about goats, Messi, Ronaldo. So I think the Messi recently get some better form. Uh, as we could see, he scored 4 goals in 2 matches. I understand that it was friendly, but still they are running the unbeaten time. So I think, so seeing him that he's scoring, he feel more positive as he was last year. I think that's that bit swap with Ronaldo. But I understand still that Ronaldo had some issues in preseason. He didn't have preseason that can affect your game brutally. That can affect game for managers as well who don't have preseason with the teams, but that can affect massively with the players. So I think the Portugal yesterday, the flop with Morata obviously scored the winner, so they went through. So that is a bit shocker, for Portugal and for him definitely as well in the National League. And I think there was lots of like excitement. Uh, I heard about the Sesko from you. I didn't watch that goal yet.
You've not seen that Sesko goal,
No, I didn't see that yet. So
so
I heard that from you. So
I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
I
I'm not
think
the yeah.
overall, teams, that was the last time when teams will play together before World Cup. So I think the England was absolutely disgraceful. I think the Southgate need to be fired. Probably now is not that much time, to change the manager and anything. But I think after World Cup he has to walk out.
So if you were in charge of the FA and you've said that England have been playing very, very poor, and somebody comes to you and says, we need to make a decision. Are we keeping Gareth Southgate for the World Cup, or do we change him and bring somebody else in? The decision is 100% yours. What would you do?
I think that I will change him after the Euros.
No,
And
no, no,
if
no.
I'm
Now, so
now,
yeah,
now
with the World Cup, with the World
look,
Cup coming up next
I think,
6 weeks or so.
look, I'm not British, I'm not English, but I think, guys, for you, whatever manager would come there, I think that he would change the mentality of the players because I think really that's the even the players are sick of him. I think that they don't like him because I think, in my opinion, and everyone has different opinion. I think that he favorite the players. I just don't understand how Arnold is not picked, how Madison is not picked. The guys are really good players, to be honest. But we see still Maguire and Shaw who barely playing in United. They don't have playing time at all. They have like 140 minutes. You know, that is very poor. Other players who playing for the England, they have 500 to 600 minutes, but it's absolute different. So I think with the England, I think I would change that. I would definitely change that. And yeah, that is
Who,
my
who, who,
opinion on this
who
week.
who would you bring in?
I think the manager of Newcastle will be really good option.
Mm. And just bringing Mafuz in at this stage, same question to you. Welcome. Is if you were in charge, senior position at the FA, somebody says to you, "Are we going with Gareth Southgate, or are we getting rid of him for the World Cup? What are you doing and why?"
Hi, thanks for that. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Um, Regarding England, such a depressing topic for me personally. Um, it comes with that boring football and always the disappointment. Even though everyone's going on about how we've done decent in the last two tournaments, I personally think that they should have done a lot better when they played against the half decent teams. They lost. There was never a plan B. For example, in the final against Italy, scored within 2 or 3 minutes, and then after that decided to park the bus, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous, which eventually cost the game. If someone gave me a choice right now to get rid, I would 100% get rid of him. I don't believe in the way his football philosophy is. He has never achieved anything in his club career other than getting relegated with Middlesbrough. His constant, even as a player, he was a disappointment for England. So I just
Was he a
think he's just
disappointment? I mean, obviously there was that one penalty, but would you say his career was a disappointing career? I remember him as quite a solid defender, and he actually
well,
did
well,
make a comeback after the Euro '96 penalty and scored a penalty at World Cup '98, if I'm not mistaken, which takes a fair amount.
but they did end up going out against Argentina. The only
But
thing I think what I can recall he's ever achieved in his career was it with Middlesbrough. He won the Worthington Cup, which is the Carabao Cup today is called. I think he captained them. I might be wrong, I'm not sure, but for some reason, in the top of my head, I can remember him winning that tournament with Middlesbrough as a captain. But I don't know. Me personally, if someone said to me today, if they did want to get rid, like if we had a choice of getting rid of him, then I'd get rid of him.
you'd get rid of me even though the World Cup's coming up in 6 to 8 weeks' time.
Look, when football is a ruthless business, you're in there to win it. There shouldn't be any sort of oh, he's done this or he's done that and he deserves a bit more time. I believe this is one of the best talent that's been available for this England squad in a very long time, and
Yeah, and he wasting
it's just
it.
it is being
No,
wasted under him.
but you guys say that, but we've had the golden generation managed by Fabio Capello, Sven-Goran Eriksson. We've had the managers, the big name
But
managers with the big players.
yeah, no, of
Do
course.
you really
But
think that 6 weeks, 8 weeks before the World Cup, you bring somebody else in without any matches to train, without hardly any training sessions, and you expect that manager to command the respect of the players and to go out and potentially win the World Cup?
I
Mahfouz,
understand.
do you
Yeah.
really think this is the best England squad that there has been in the
No,
last?
it's not the best, but it's been one of, in terms of, there's been consistently decent players in every position. So if you remember that golden generation that Oasis has mentioned, there was the big hoo-ha about there was no left winger. So they ended up putting Paul Scholes on the left wing and Gerrard and Lampard in the middle, and that never ever got anywhere.
I think to
You know,
that golden generation, just few players will maybe made the starting lineup. Maybe.
No, the golden generation, they had incredible talent.
It was
they had
insane.
they had Wayne Rooney, and defense was like, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, Sol Campbell.
Yeah,
But
that
I
is
think
like
these guys,
insane.
yeah, I think the talent in this squad, I think there's a lot of talent here. I think quite a few of them won the under-17 World Cup a few years back, which the likes of Phil Foden, Jadon Sancho.
Ryan Brewster.
Yeah, well.
Sancho is not even picked. That is absolute shame as well.
Yeah. So I mean, personally, yeah. I mean, I know it's controversial. Obviously, I would, just for this tournament, personally, there's two decent managers that are available. There's Thomas Tuchel, and then there's Mauricio Pochettino. Even though they probably won't have time to train them, I believe they'll play the correct players. They play the right formation, and I think they'll do a lot better than Southgate. I mean, it's controversial, but
But Tuchel is good option, Mahfouz, actually. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that they'd say yes to the job or not, but I think it's maybe just for the tournament, I think they'll be a decent shout. I don't think they'll do any worse than what Southgate is doing currently. And
Yeah.
that's my personal opinion on that.
And to my brother, well, what are your thoughts about England, Southgate, what the future holds? What would you do?
So there seems to be a trajectory when a New England manager comes in, and maybe perhaps it's a human thing when you go into anything new, that you seem to be fresh ideaed, buoyant, dynamic, but all too often and all too soon it appears, certainly as a fan looking on the outside, you resort to the tried and tested. So in the case of Gareth Southgate, it seems that his top picks, no matter what they do on club level, are always going to get picked. If I'm Harry Maguire, I'm thinking, you know what? Doesn't really matter what's going on for me at Man United. I'm getting picked for England, and that shouldn't be the case. When you have that mentality for Harry Maguire or Luke Shaw, then there's no motivation, there's no competition. You don't have that cutting edge. If you're going to win the World Cup, and we all know how difficult that is, you need to have that cutting edge, that killer instinct, and you're not going to have that by sitting on the bench and knowing you're going to get picked no matter what. Harry Maguire looked like an out of puff, I'm sorry to say, carrying too much weight guy on the pit, like a school kid against a bunch of professionals. That's the way he looked to me when he was playing Germany. Like they were, I don't think they were running particularly fast to get past him, and he was resorting to bringing them down like an oaf. I'm sure my brother and Mahfouz, when we were playing, we all see that that big player who's got no talent about him is going around marauding around the pitch and knocking players over. That's what Harry Maguire reminded me of.
It kind of reminds me of myself, to be fair. I'm not blessed with taste.
Yeah, but you're not an England centre-back. You're not England centre-back, though. If you were England centre-back and doing that, then yeah, you can say that about yourself. So that's my point. You can transpose what he was doing onto any football pitch around the country, and I'm by no means a professional footballer, and yet he still seems to be picked. Now, I'm saying that the best player should be picked, and for me, certainly the best centre back in the land is not Harry Maguire. So that's one issue. He goes to his tried and tested, and he see both in terms of personnel and both in terms of formation. He seems to have an affinity for the same formation, and this lack of adaptability. Mahfouz mentioned the lack of plan B against Italy. Let's be fair. England should have won the tournament. They had an easy run to the final. They played at Wembley in the final. That Italy team is not the best Italy team in the history, even in the recent history or that England have played. So then, he lost that game. But, going back to my brother's question, should Southgate be replaced at this stage? No, there's only 6 weeks or so to go. You can't replace him. But the telltale signs of Gareth Southgate, and I don't want to take away too much for him. He has, he's given this country belief. He speaks very well. Apart from, I have to take objection to, talking about, the right to protest when it suits, and then on other topics not talking about it. But apart from a few instances, he speaks very well. Clearly seems to be well liked amongst the players. But does he have that? That Mourinho factor, Jurgen Klopp factor, Pep Guardiola factor, or whoever the next manager of national team is going to be that lift the World Cup? I don't think so.
He has Ole Gunnar Solskjaer factor.
He has the as Mikel is saying, the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer factor. But the thing is, I don't mind that. If he's boring, I don't know what Mikel means. Do you mean he's boring, or do you mean his tactics are off?
They look. If you're checking his tactics, is really not what you have in your squad. You need to press, and you need literally battering every single team. You need to winning 4-5-0 with your team is ridiculous. When you're checking in the Premier League, those guys are outstanding. All of them.
But the more issue is that Shaw and Southgate should not be picked.
Yeah, obviously, the Maguire show, I agree.
Yeah. With the Shaw thing, I think there's
Shaw had decent game
has been decent for England in terms of when he gets his chance, he plays okay.
For Germany.
But
I think it's the availability as well.
Against Germany.
There's him and Chilwell as well. So I think that he doesn't, he doesn't have much option him playing
But
Saka the other day. the left
Alexander
wing back, is a
Arnold was
travesty.
dropped was absolute bullshit. I'm sorry for language, guys, but
Careful. We don't
I
want to get a
know.
strike.
Sorry for language, but I just have to say, and I'm not like this. I'm like his kind of like massive fan or whatever. But these are just the simplicities which one needs to be used. And if you are a good manager, you're not dropping from the squad Alexander Arnold. That is just even you will ask 13 years old kid. He will never drop him. Do you get it? What I'm saying here?
Well, Klopp said, I mean, I don't agree with this analogy. Klopp said it's like having Lionel Messi and asking him not to play for Argentina.
No,
Yeah,
No.
That's
Okay,
ridiculous.
no.
Okay, come
He's
on.
dribbler.
I'm not saying
He's dribbler. He's decent.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
Alexander Arnold. I'm not saying Alexander Arnold is the same as Messi. But what I'm saying is,
But we
he's
know
got a
how he means.
yeah, he's got a phenomenal player, and no one can do in England from right back attacking wise what Trent Alexander-Arnold can do. Yet he doesn't play him. And if you saw that midfield, it was so lacking in creativity.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, obviously, I think Trent 100% deserves, a space in that squad. Whether he starts or not, I'm not 100% sure, because I do like James a lot as well. I feel he has a lot more in terms of defensively, and he can attack too. But obviously, the crossing ability, Trent is one of the best.
I know this is a bit off the, a little bit off topic, yeah. But England have been so badly performing for the last, I don't know, I think 6 games or 8 games, right? And yet James goes and dyes his hair in the same color as the England shirt. Like, what is there to be proud of at this moment in time? No,
it's just ridiculous.
If you're playing well,
yeah,
I think I saw a little bit of the Luis Figo documentary when they won the League One championship. They all dyed their hair in the color of the Barcelona kit. Now you've won the league, that's fine.
Yeah.
You at the moment are under pressure. Your manager's under pressure. Why would you dye your hair? I mean, you can argue like Mustafi's, you're a dinosaur. What are you talking about? It's his hair. He does what he wants. But the thing is, there's nothing fun at the moment.
Yeah.
In that, in that England team.
Yeah, it's beyond. Sorry, it is like it is pretty much.
I mean, just to give a bit of a counter, and we'll move on because we've been speaking about Gareth Southgate for probably half the episode.
Just one thing.
Yeah,
Imagine that will be even worse, because look on the schedule. Schedule is absolutely tight, and schedule is absolutely busy for those players. So let's see what's gonna happen.
My feeling is that it's a tournament, and we know in tournaments anything can happen, and we know that. And Gareth Southgate is very eloquent. I'm not sure if you listened to his interview just before the Germany match, and actually England played poor against Germany, but managed to pull out a 3-3 at the end, which I think deserves a little bit of credit. He said that you can go into a tournament having played really, really poorly and actually do well, or you could go into a tournament having played really well and do poorly. And England have done both in the past. So the fact that they're not gelling, they're not creating, everybody's, the expectations are not sky high. I think, it could work in the favor because of the way England have been playing. Before the Germany game, they hadn't scored a goal in like 5 games in open play. So I think in some ways the expectations have been dampened down a little bit. I think that it will be exciting, as it is with any tournament, and I think that anything can happen. I do agree with everybody's points that the formation, the personnel, that it does need some bold movement, I think, for him, because actually from his point of view, it's the last throw of the dice. Like, I don't really see Gareth Southgate remaining England manager.
I hope so.
So it's the last throw of the dice. It's time for him to experiment, time for him to be bold, time for him to try different personnel and break out of that mold a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I did briefly read somewhere that, obviously he will make it into the tournament, and this would probably be his last tournament. After this tournament, he will resign. That's what I've heard so briefly somewhere around on Twitter. Don't know if it's 100% true or not. I hope it is. But yeah, I could imagine this would probably be his last tournament, whether they win it or not.
I think Southgate is too stuck in his ways. I don't think he's going to change. It is a bit disappointing. As an England fan, I should be really energized and looking forwards. I feel Gareth Southgate is going to stick by Old Faithful and go for 2 bangers eggs and beans, standard English breakfast, full English breakfast.
You know, I just don't understand the logic of that. It's they gave him even the new contract after the Euro. Like that is just, you know, he needs to go. That's. I think that we can close this. We can move on.
Okay, so moving on, I just wanted to ask, and there may not be anything that you guys have been buying, but just in terms of sneakers, products, or anything, what have you guys been buying? I'll start with my brother first.
It's a good thing my other half is not listening. She knows anyway because it's unfortunately it comes in a big box in the house. But I did buy the Fire Red 3s, and I am very sort of happy with the way they look. And my wife says to me that I'm far too old to be wearing trainers like this. But at the end of the day, I see, if I think of like trainers in terms of that stood the test of time, Fire Red 3 is an absolute classic, worn by Michael Jordan, one of the original Jordan 3 colorways. So I'm happy with that purchase. No one else is, but I am, and I look forward to wearing them soon.
Anything else?
Yeah, actually, through the mail today, I got Action Comics #1 facsimile. We've never really spoken about comics here, but I do, buy some comics. So that came through today. It looks really nice. I was meant to pick up some comics today. I didn't manage to get into town. So yeah, I do enjoy some comics, and I picked up some Harvey Elliott cards, some Prism Harvey Elliott cards, and that's it for now.
Cool. Mahfouz, how about yourself? Any Harvey Elliott Prism cards?
No, no, unfortunately, no. I'll be honest, I haven't bought cards in some time. I don't know why. To be fair, I should start looking. I did have an unfortunate incident with a certain player during a certain month. I'm not going to really mention and talk too much about that, and that's kind of put me off for some time. But hopefully, I'll get back into that.
Wax?
I
have you bought some wax from Tops? The Montgomery Club, or did you not buy it?
Oh
Star
yes,
Wars, yeah.
yes. There was a exclusive access on the Montgomery Club. I actually forgot the name. I don't have a clue what the name is, but I did purchase it. So I'm just waiting for that to come. Yeah, sorry. Thanks for reminding me that. And I have picked up a few trainers actually. I've picked up a Jordan 4. So I'm deciding if I should keep it or not. I did in
Which
the pictures
Jordan
it
4?
looked better.
Which Jordan 4?
It's the black one. I can't remember the full name of it.
I think they're called the Jordan 4. Is it Shadow, Mikel? What they're called? The all black with the suede.
The black ones that just came out the other day.
They look like the M&M. They basically look very much like the M&M Carhartt 4s. They've got a nickname. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, so I picked up. Yeah, so I picked up it as a size 10 UK. Because for some reason, I don't know what's up with my foot. Usually
Black
I've always
canvas,
worn
you like them? The black
black
canvases?
black canvas. That's the one. Yeah.
Now
They look better in the pictures than they do in front of your face. So I picked up a size 10 of them because in Air Jordan 1 lows that I generally wear, I can fit a size 10, 10 and a half. And then for some reason in dunks I can fit a 9s, which is quite weird. But this is all UK sizes I'm talking about. So I picked them up. I couldn't even get my foot in. But personally, I don't really like the materials, so I'll probably get rid of them. And I did pick up there were some drops on slides. So I managed to get, for the 10th time, another pair of the pure slides, although it's cold. I'm sure there are people who will be interested. They are very comfy as always. And yeah, I'll just leave them for if I go on a holiday pretty soon.
So you've got a rainbow of the Yeezy slides now, yeah?
No, well, I've probably had the pures about 10 times, I'd say. I've got flex and I've got like suits. I wanted the bond because the bond colorway looked quite nice, but unfortunately I couldn't get that.
So you're buying wax, you don't know the name. You're buying sneakers, you don't know what the name.
There is no cost of living crisis.
No,
What you
no,
guys
no,
Yeah,
no,
you
doing?
no.
do right
If
life,
I-
man.
He just
Yeah,
buys.
no. If only you guys saw my bank account. Honestly, it is very, very depressing. And as we are from the UK, the market's in a turmoil right now, especially with the dollar and the sterling comparison. So I'm trying to
You
hopefully
talk about Raheem
avoid
Sterling.
Well, he's been decent, so there's nothing really to talk about him. But yeah, I mean, so I'm
Yeah.
trying to avoid buying in the US market at this moment in time. I don't think it's a good time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's something that we'll come and touch upon. Just before I go to Mikhail, just to remind everybody, as we've said, the stuff that we buy or the stuff that we sell, it's not financial advice. And specifically, you can tell from the stuff that we've spoken about, it's not really that we're promoting or saying to buy anything. This is just very, very much personal things that the guys are buying, just essentially for personal use. And even if any information is given, it's not intended as any form of investment advice.
Can
Now
I
coming to
say,
you,
sorry, I remembered something. I bought a Hot Wheels Honda S2000, which is my favorite car that I
wow.
always wanted to buy
Nice.
since I got a job, and I managed to find a Hot Wheels version of it. So that's why I have instead of an S2000.
So when is the real thing coming along?
Not anytime soon.
They actually they've not made that, like they made it for a few years and that's it, isn't it? Like in the
Yeah,
they've
it's a
stopped making
it's a
it.
classic car. It's classic pretty much now
Yeah.
because obviously it was in the Fast and the Furious franchise. I think in the
That's what
first one,
ruined
wasn't
it for
it?
me. That ruined it for me.
That
Basically,
ruined it for you. No,
No,
I
ruined
really
it. No,
don't.
no, it ruined it for me in the sense that I can't afford it. That's what made the
Okay,
prices
okay.
shoot up.
All right, yeah.
You know S2000, but I must say that Prelude looks much better.
Yeah, I'm not into cars, but it's just something about the way the S2000 looks. Oh, I've always thought it's a very, very good looking car. Yeah, and it's at what? So they stopped making it, what, 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
about.
remember.
I think it's about the last one was about 2040. I mean, I'm sure. Hopefully, someone can comment.
2014. That late?
Yeah, I think
I
it was
thought it'd be
2012,
before that.
2012, 2014, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm not an expert.
Yeah, and what the price of it just stays the same. It doesn't go down in price, or it goes up.
Price has gone
No,
up,
they
my
go up.
friend. Price has gone up a lot.
Yesterday's price and not today's price.
Not
Okay, cool. So coming to you, Mikhail, what have you been buying? What's been going on in your life?
What I was buying, bro, I don't know, nothing like much, because I'm pretty saving my rainy days cash for some real hit, which one I want to get.
Yeah.
So
Did you buy some slides?
yeah, I bought slides. They looks like slides on steroids, to be honest.
Nice.
You're talking about the
My-
Yeezy slides, Miguel. You're talking about the Yeezy
bone,
slides.
yeah, the bone. They restocking, by the way, 8th of October in the US. Whoever is from US and listening, guys. So if you want them, get them. I think that's they will be pretty much available. And I agree, they are very comfy. I'm not big fan of these, but as a comfort, it might be a good thing. I will think about that, what I'm going to do with it. And yeah, the what I'm waiting for, like I'm going back to you, Boro. You know, you're saying nothing, no one is happy for me for AJ's 3 Fire Red. Bro, I'm very happy for you, mate. Good job, because these are real classic and these
Oh,
are
it's very good.
fires.
My wife has just walked in the room, so that's very good that you said that at that time.
Yeah.
Very good.
They are fire, no matter if you whatever age you have, doesn't matter. These are absolute fire, and they will be whole life with you. Uh, what I looking for, what I want to buy is the Mourinho set. I have to say that I really is something which one interesting me. I would like Mourinho's auto, to be honest. So that I would like to buy, and also I would like to buy AJ1, as I'm big fan of Jordan ones, OGs, Lost and Found, Chicago
Very
remastered.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. So these are things which one I'm saving my rainy days, and there is also coming. Also, I have to say that's finally we getting LeBron dunks, fruity peebles. I don't know, guys, if you saw them.
LeBron dunk Liverpool's came out, man.
The
Uh,
red with the uni with the
Multicolored,
University,
multicolored.
yeah, University blue swoosh is beautiful. I really like this.
Is this
And
the
Oh, I
retro?
didn't know that.
Is
I
this
didn't
the
even know that.
retro? Michaela, are you talking about the retro Fruity Pebbles?
the LeBron James Nike
Uh,
Dunks Fruity
uh,
Pebbles.
oh, sorry, the Nike Dunk. Sorry, I thought you said the LeBron. I think it's the LeBron nines with the Fruity
I
Pebbles,
know,
but you're talking
yeah,
about the
I know,
Dunks. Yeah,
yeah, Dunks.
yeah,
It's absolute fire. It's
very nice.
really beautiful. I don't know if you saw them, but I will definitely
Seen
send
them.
you a picture.
I've seen them.
And yeah, so Lost and Found are my main priority. And I didn't hear yet about the Off-White's Dunk Futura, which one these are on my list. So I've been also like borrow buying some Fast Smile comics, pretty much. And yeah, other than that, and yeah, I bought, I have to say, bought Sport Kids Illustrated Max Verstappen, which one I really like. Very nice cover. Of course,
Nice.
Verstappen, it's probably going for his championship already this Sunday in Singapore. Whoever is fan of F1, guys, I really think that's he going for it already. If not, he will get it the next race in Japan. So yeah, pretty much that. What about you, Wes?
Me, I've been trying to buy some things. I've been getting outbid. I know the market is very, very soft overall, but it seems the things that I've been trying to buy. So, one was a Habib rookie. So, his actual rookie from 2012. It's a product called Bloodlines, and on the PSA pop-up, I think only 30 base cards have been graded, and there's a couple of variations, one out of 88 or 188, one out of like 5 or 8. Like in total, less than maybe 80 cards of his 2012 um, rookies have been graded. So it's not one that I have. So I've been trying to buy that, getting outbid. I did manage to buy a patch auto from 2014. I've already got a copy of that. I just bought another copy. It ended at about $200.
Nice.
So I think that's a good price for that. They've come right down. So
Good.
I think it's a decent buy. Where
Where was that? Was that golden?
No, that was on eBay actually.
Okay.
And there was a item, quite a unique item actually. It was a pamphlet, and it was dual signed by Muhammad Ali and Pele, and authenticated by Beckett. And it was on Golden Auctions. It was sitting around, I think, $300. And I was bidding on it on Saturday night, going into Sunday. And went into extended bidding, went up to about $600. In my mind, I had a limit of about $1,000 for it, and this would actually is not something that I saw going up in price at all, really, because the way that the pamphlet looked, I don't think that it's something which is very, very in that way investable, but
It's
the
more
fact
like
that
the collecting thing.
yeah, this was, as I say, purely a collecting thing. Like
I
Muhammad Ali,
really, yeah, sorry, I really
yeah,
wanted you to get that because
yeah,
if you have
as
it, I get to
yeah,
see it as well. So
yeah. So Muhammad Ali's auto, the fact that Muhammad Ali's, you know, signed it, then however it happened, Pele's also signed it. You know, that story in itself is probably quite interesting. Why did the person get Muhammad Ali to sign it and then get Pele to sign it? How did they do it? They're in different countries. They may have crossed over into America. Pele may have come to America and to a signing. So, you know, all that, you know, that made that product, that made that item very, very interesting for me. But, you know, I can't break the bank. And now the pound, as Mafusa said, has plummeted. So the price is higher than it would have been. And then, you know, this is an interesting thing actually about extended bidding. Have you guys ever bid on a extended bidding auction?
no, I haven't.
No.
Yeah. Have you guys watched extended bidding auction?
Yes, I have.
I know my brother has and Mikel has. So, you know, when you're watching it from outside and you're selling an item, you think, how can an item go from maybe $1,000 to $10,000? But I can, you know, when I was bidding, obviously I wasn't going to go that high, but you kind of get annoyed at the other guy bidding against you. So I would make a bid, and then immediately the other guy would make a bid. Then I would make a bid, and the other guy would immediately make a bid. So, and then I just gave up in the end, because obviously I went past my budget. But and I wouldn't mind going past a little bit, but it was just a psychological thing that no matter what I bid, this guy's going to bid again. So I mean, I found that whole experience quite interesting, and it kind of brought home to me how some items can end up going for a ridiculous amount. Like, imagine, I don't have obviously a huge budget, but there are some people that do have huge budgets, and I can imagine them, if there's an item that they really want for sentimental reasons, not even investing reasons, then they really want it. And if the person's got £10 million in the bank account, them spending, 50, 60,000 pounds or dollars on an item is not going to make a huge dent. So I kind of do understand how some items do just go for crazy numbers. Sorry, that's a very long answer to a short question. Yeah, so I've been buying a few things and losing a few things, but actually, because the pound is down so much, maybe losing is not the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have to say as well, some things went at Propstein. So let's see. It's good time to sell. I agree with that as well. Mahfuz, you might look into it and get some stuff if
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I'll have a look into it.
yeah, I think if there are items, on the buying or selling spectrum, particularly if you're selling in US dollars, you're getting more pounds than you would
yeah,
ordinarily. So
normally. Yeah.
yeah, so
And I think that will correct as well soon. So
yeah, you think the dollar will come down as well?
yeah, I think so. And everything's splashing, and obviously they're doing it for a reason, which one
Yeah,
we don't know. So
yeah. I think we'll come and speak about perhaps how that's impacting things on the next episode. We are coming to the end of this episode. So I just wanna thank all you guys for your contribution. The people that are still here, I want to also thank you guys for staying and listening. It'd be really great to get some feedback in the comments or some DMs or some messages to let us know how you're finding it and how things are going. So thank you everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to the next one.
we are
Thank you.
appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. See you in the another episode. Thank you. Take care, guys. Peace.